Over the past 2.5 years, Benjamin Netanyahu has been taking victory laps and claiming how he decapitated, destroyed, dismantled Hezbollah. Let's give the credit if he wants to take that credit. How he did it is a different story, by dropping bunker busters in heavily dense civilian areas in Beirut for taking Hassan Nasrallah out, or by what was nothing short of perhaps a campaign of horror with pagers, where families in the city street, in a supermarket, saw people's faces, hands, and organs splattered on the walls. So he did all of that, and he claimed that nothing is left from Hezbollah. Nothing is left from Hassan Nasrallah's infrastructure. Okay, so you claimed, you said, you eradicated. Your methods are questionable by any civilized leader, but you did that. Then 2 days ago, just immediately after a temporary ceasefire was announced between Iran and the United States, Israel went and dropped 160 bombs in 10 minutes across 100 targets in heavily populated areas in Beirut by civilians, increasing the toll of people killed to 1,803, and 303 of them in those 10 minutes. That's 30 people per minute. Just think about that. Now, if there was an Olympics or a triathlon of, one would say, crime, carnage, and catastrophe, the current government of Israel would take all of the podiums. But the bigger question here is that if this infrastructure with bunker busters and pagers and air supremacy was taken out, what is the justification of such a mayhem and carnage in 10 minutes? Oh, it's only possible. You know why? Because you drop flyers and you move 2.5 million people out of their homes, roughly, from the south of Lebanon, and you say, I want your two rivers of Litani River and, I want to come up. But it's only possible when you go from the south and do this, and your patron comes to build the second largest embassy in the world in Beirut. Why would you need the second largest embassy in Beirut? $1 billion cost of this development, the size of 21 football fields, 2.5 times the land area of White House. That's very interesting, huh? And the percentage of Lebanon's total land, and you put this infrastructure that is 4 times larger than the US Embassy in London. Very interesting. 19 buildings holding space for 5,000 diplomats. So it's a pincer move, right? You allow your protege in carnage and crisis to take over the south of the country. In the meantime, you build an infrastructure that is the second largest embassy in the world. Well, for those people who lost their loved ones in these 10 hours of game of carnage, crime, and catastrophe, let us take a moment and wish them peace in the brighter world, because eternal darkness has brought a lot of darkness to us as humanity and to the people of Lebanon in this past 48 hours. Forget the events, focus on the trends.